Hello everyone and welcome back to Everything Miniature, and today we're going to be doing kind of a test run. So today we're going to try out dyeing yarn hair onto a 4-inch doll. So I'm using this dye I got from Dollar Tree, and this is a doll I've already customized. So her eyes are kind of bothering me, but you know what, whatever, we're just here for the test. So got her. This doll is Alanis. Got her from Dollar Tree, so I've already customized her and everything. The yarn I'm going to be using, this one is called Ivory. I got this in the dollar section at Hobby Lobby. Alright, so I also put her in a dress I made that I don't care if it gets ruined or not. So yeah, here's the two dyes I'm using. This one is called Blonde. Got this from Dollar Tree, so it says permanent, so that makes me kind of nervous. This one's called Black, and then so yeah, I don't know how I feel about doing it on real hair, so that's why we're doing on yarn hair just for fun, because I really want to test it out. So first up, we gotta remove the old hair. This part's kind of satisfying to me, watching it all get removed, because I didn't really like this hair on her anyway, so gonna be fun to test it out. Alright, so now we're left with the cotton ball, just removing that. Alright, we're gonna fill the inside of her head with hot glue, and then we're gonna put the cotton ball in it. Alright, there we go. Be careful that it's also really warm, the hot glue, whenever you put it all in the head. Alright, so now we're going to be cutting up the yarn to it's about 14 inches long, and you're going to cut them, make a ton. So as you can see, cutting a bunch until you end up with a good chunk like this. So this is probably about a good 40 pieces. So yeah, there's next to the ruler, so probably about 15 inches actually, I would say. Probably don't even have to do it that long, depending on how short you want the hair. I like to have a little bit longer, just because I can cut it afterwards. Also trim it up the cotton ball a little bit. Alright, now we're going to take the yarn, and we are just going to comb it through, so it divides into 4 pieces, and you're going to pull on each piece to make each strand of hair. And you're going to repeat all that with all the other hair. So, yep, have fun doing that. That takes a lot of time. Yeah. Of course it looks fast because it's in speed motion, but it did take actually quite a while. So, yep. Now we end up with this, so it looks pretty curly, which the waves are beautiful. And then don't be alarmed, this is kind of what happens whenever you pull. Sometimes it just breaks, so I just usually throw away those pieces, so don't even worry about that. Now we're taking the hair straightener, and you're going to put on the lowest setting it can go on, and you're going to slowly straighten it. Of course, it's on speed motion, so it's going way faster, but it's going really, really slow. It took me like 10 minutes to fully do that. Alright, so then you're going to start dividing it to small sections. So there we go, put one side off, one piece off to the side, go. So we're going to do some thinner and some thicker. You're going to want a bunch of thin, then some thicker. This one probably has about 7 pieces in it, so probably the thickest I go. Then you're going to knot it twice, what I like to do, and then there's your center part, that will be in the middle of your hair. Alright, then we're going to repeat doing that, doing some thinner and then some thicker, till you end up with a good amount. So then there's about 14 pieces in there, and I also had a bunch left over that I'll just use for other dolls. Alright, now it's time to dye the hair. Alright, let's see what's inside these boxes. Alright, so inside we have like this, what you put the hair dye in. We got the hair dye, and then we've also got some gloves, which I'll just use my own gloves. Then we've also got the instructions, which are probably important to read. And this hair dye was kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, the black one, because whenever you put it inside this little thing right here, it looked like it should have been blonde, and then it darkened up afterwards. But see, doesn't it look white? So I was very, very confused when dyeing the hair, because it confused me actually. So now we're just gonna shake them up, because the blonde was also white, so I had to kind of figure out which one was which. Took a little bit. So now you're gonna take all your hair. And I'm doing this outside for a protective surface because I did not want to make a mess. And then you're just going to go ahead and put the black like right in the center where your knot is. Then you're going to kind of spread it around. So we're kind of going from black from the top of the hair, fading into the blonde is what we're doing. And we're also mixing in the blonde with it. And you're just going to repeat that to all the hair. Alright, so yep, see black in the middle, and then you're kind of putting blonde right at the tips of the black just to kind of fade it. Then we're going to put them in the sink, so got some water going, and I do recommend gloves. This is how I'm washing out. I'm just dipping it a few times, because I did it where I dipped it so much, all the hair dye came out. So yeah, and then that's what the water looked like afterwards. Didn't look very pleasant. Then here's the hair. And I did recommend gloves because my hands actually felt kind of itchy whenever I was putting it in the water, so definitely recommend some gloves here. Alright, so here's what it looks like once it dried. I let it sit overnight. And oh my goodness, it looks so pretty already. Alright, so here's our doll. We're going to set all the hair off to the side. And we're just going to go ahead and put it on her hair. I want her to have a little bit of a side part, so I'm putting it off to the side a little bit. And I'm using hot glue to glue it on. Alright, there we go. Make a nice little line. Take your thinnest one and you're going to put that one in the front of your hair, just like that. Then you're going to keep going from thinnest all the way to the thickest. The thickest one should always be in the back. It just makes it lay nicer and it looks way cuter. So I left the ends kind of curly, except where I'm going to be cutting it off. And I wanted a little bit of curl at the ends. Kind of give it some more texture. And I really been wanting to actually try out dyeing the hair on these dolls, because they're just so fun to customize. So if you guys have any ideas of other ways I should customize them, let me know in the comments. Cutting it down so it's a little bit more of a workable size. There we go. And I had one left over and I wanted to glue in the front because I wanted to give her bangs. So I'm going to glue that thin one right there. Oh, alright, that's looking so cute. Oh my goodness, I love how this turned out. And of course on camera it looks a little bit darker. It was a little bit lighter and actually looked more gray than black. So if you wanted to continue to dye it, make it more black, that's okay. So I put the glue just on the cotton ball so it lays down flat, just like that. Combing it out so it looks more like hair, not like yarn. Alright, so there's what it kind of looks like so far. Now I'm dividing, like, framing pieces. So getting a good chunk with my comb. And still doing that. Here we go. Alright, now we're going to take that, I'm going to cut it, because I'm going to be cutting it anyway. That just makes it a little bit easier to work with. Now we're going to brush it out again. Then I'm going to divide it in half. Alright, so now I'm kind of cutting from where the chin ends and then kind of make it go down. So from shorter to longer. Repeat on the other side, just like that. Right now it doesn't look very faded, but it will in the end, since the hair is still very, very long. So now we're going to go and give her her haircut. Gotta make sure it's not lopsided, so I did that off camera. Yeah, I made it a little bit shorter. There we go. So yeah, then I went ahead and thinned it out a little bit more. Here's what the end result looks like. Oh my gosh, she's looking so cute. Alright, fading in the bangs a little bit better. Make it a little bit shorter. Here we go. Oh goodness. Oh, that's so pretty. Alright, I like the way that is looking. Alright, and then here's the finished result. So if you guys have any idea what you guys like to see me do next on these dolls, please let me know in the comments down below. And enjoy! Bye!